Allicin. What is it and why should you be taking it? When fresh garlic is chopped or crushed, it contains the enzyme alliinase, which converts align into the sulfur-containing compound allicin, which is responsible for a lot of garlic's aroma and flavor. Allicin has a lot of medicinal benefits, including being antibacterial, reducing blood pressure, benefits to blood lipids, reducing TMA production in the gut, and potentially reducing the incidence and duration of viral colds, although the research towards that latter end is very preliminary. The reason I'm making this video is because it is a supplement that is not very often talked about, and yet the magnitude of its beneficial effects are substantially higher than most other common supplements. Firstly, I'll go over the research supporting allicin's benefits for lowering blood pressure. All of these studies can be found in the description of this video. A study conducted by Sharifi et al. 2003, titled Investigation of Antihypertensive Mechanism of Garlic in 2K1C Hypertensive Rat, found that garlic was able to reduce the blood pressure in hypertensive rats compared to a hypertensive control group, and that garlic acts as an ACE inhibitor. Furthermore, Ried et al. And Shouk et al. Found in multiple human clinical trials between 2013 and 2014 that garlic supplementation increases hydrogen sulfide, which subsequently stimulates nitric oxide production, inhibits ACE, and blocks alpha-adrenergic receptors and calcium channels. All of these biological pathways are leveraged in pharmaceutical antihypertensive drugs, but it's clear that garlic's blood pressure lowering effects leverage several pathways. Circling back to Ried et al.'s 2013 study, this study compared multiple different doses. The highest dose group unfortunately had a high dropout rate and low compliance rate, so it wasn't very useful. The second highest dosing group consumed 2 pills per day, each containing 480 milligrams of aged garlic extract, so slightly under a gram total equivalent per day. After the 12-week duration of the study, the participants in this group had a mean reduction in systolic blood pressure of 11.8 millimeters of mercury. This is on par, if not slightly better, than many pharmaceutical antihypertensive drugs. There are many more studies with garlic and blood pressure that I haven't gone over, but stepping back from the formal research and looking at my personal anecdote for a second, I am idiopathically hypersensitive. When first looking to dial in my blood pressure, which consistently averaged about 143 systolic untreated, I ran a little experiment to compare garlic extract to 80 milligrams of telmisartan, which is a pharmaceutical ARB. I tried out garlic by itself for 10 weeks. Then I had a 4-week washout period of not using anything, followed by 10 weeks of 80 milligrams of telmisartan, followed by another 4-week washout period, and then repeated this process to have 2 different data points for each of how telmisartan and garlic supplementation affect my blood pressure. During this time, my diet was very strict, and I was eating the exact same foods with roughly the same body weight the entire time. Garlic supplementation lowered my mean systolic blood pressure by 14, and telmisartan lowered it by an average of 10, with next to no variation between the 2 different 10-week periods I ran for each corresponding compound. The dosage of garlic I was using, and still recommend, was an extract equivalent to 10 grams of raw crushed garlic. This is notable because there are some studies noting no substantial blood pressure benefits for garlic, where they are using extremely low doses, which I attribute to these findings. Next, I'd like to go over garlic's effects on blood lipids. In a clinical trial performed by Sobenin et al. In 2008 titled Lipid-lowering Effects of Time-Released Garlic Powder Tablets in Double-Blinded Placebo-Controlled Randomized Study, they found that after 12 weeks of 600 milligrams of time-released garlic, participants had a reduction in LDL cholesterol of 13.8% compared to a placebo, and the garlic group's HDL cholesterol increased by 11.5%. In terms of other cardiovascular disease markers, a study performed by Budoff et al. 2004 titled Inhibiting Progression of Coronary Calcification Using Aged Garlic Extract in participants receiving statin therapy, a preliminary study, compared two groups of people receiving statin therapy to slow the progression of plaque development, where one of the groups was given aged garlic extract. This study had low statistical power because of the sample sizes, but still found statistically significant slower rates of increase in calcium scores for the aged garlic extract group compared to the control group only receiving the statin therapy. Although there were strong trends towards improving lipids in this study, statistical significance was not able to be achieved due to the sample size, but the p-values were pretty close to 0.05, so take that for what it is. Another large benefit of garlic is its ability to reduce TMAO levels, which is achieved by its ability to skew the gut microbiota, specifically the process in which your body produces TMAO from precursors such as carnitine and choline is by first converting those precursors into gamma-butyrobutane, which is then converted to TMA and then into TMAO. The bacterium Emergentia timinosus is responsible for converting gamma-butyrobutane into TMA. Consuming allicin reduces the amount of this bacterium in your gut due to its selective antimicrobial properties. I'll link in the show notes a comprehensive review of this literature performed by Panyod et al. 2022, titled Atherosclerosis Amelioration by Allicin in Raw Garlic through Gut Microbiota and Trimethylamine-N-oxide Modulation, which goes over numerous studies in both animal models and humans, showing a very substantial reduction of TMAO levels after consuming TMAO precursors when administered alongside allicin. So we've gone over some of the major health benefits of garlic extracts and its main constituent, allicin. So how should you be implementing this in real life? While some people will simply eat freshly crushed raw garlic, I don't recommend this because of the logistical hassle and the fact that garlic is very high in FODMAPs. This is where extracts come in handy. I'll use a study performed by Lawson et al. 2018 titled Allicin Bioavailability and Bioequivalence from Garlic Supplements and Garlic Foods for reference. In this study, they assessed the allicin bioavailability and bioequivalence of different forms of garlic using freshly homogenized garlic as a reference point for 100%. They found that the ABV of eternic tablets ranged from 36% to 104%, but was substantially lower when consumed with high-protein meals. Paradoxically, non-eternic tablets have had an ABV of 80 to 111%. Garlic powder capsules had an ABV of 26 to 109%. Boiled garlic's ABV was 16%, roasted was 30%, pickled 19%, acid minced 66%, and black garlic was the worst with an ABV of 5%. Taking this all together, the product that I personally use and recommend is Puritan Pride's 5,000 milligram garlic oil, with which I have no affiliation. This product is roughly $10 on Amazon for 250 capsules. I take 2 capsules per day, so this comes out to a daily cost of only 8 cents, making it extremely cost effective. I take 1 capsule in the morning and 1 capsule before bed. Some people report having garlic burps from supplements such as these. If you have this problem, then I recommend simply taking both capsules before bed, since you won't notice any odor while sleeping. That's it for this overview on allicin. Please post any questions below or comment with any other topics you'd like me to cover. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.